gotta go, late for work. People on hold. That's how it is when you're in the biz of customer service. Phones ringing all the time, lights blinking all the time, folks calling all the time when I'm working. Morning comes, here I am, right at my desk. Phone starts to buzz, and always because some jerk's got a problem. There's yelling all the time. There's headaches all the time. I'm hating all the time when I'm working. So yeah, crazy guy, give me that look again. Hey, psycho man, give me that look again. Go on, give me that look that you hope will inspire me to feel like a sub-average Joe. Well, you know, it's working. Close the door, stare ahead. 43rd floor. Same old commute, my permanent route to this horrible building. Low ceilings all the time. Gray carpet all the time. No exits all the time. The time. Oh, it stopped. That's weird. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. Hello!
I can't stop thinking about it. The fact that people have sex. They just have it. Sex is this thing that people have. Like a rash or a Rottweiler. There's this dividing line between girls who have had sex and girls who haven't. And suddenly you realize you're looking at each other across it. Ugh, I feel so stupid now. My entire relationship with Jordan Catalano, every minute of it completely sucked. And now it's over. I should have just had sex with him. I mean, why not? It would have been so simple. I loved him so much and talked about him so much and thought about him so much. Why did I let this happen? Why does he have this power over me? I keep having this dream where I'm trying to catch up to him, but it's hard because there's something wrong with the floor. Sometimes my father is there. Sometimes my great Aunt Gertrude's funeral kind of gets mixed in with it. You know, when you call someone's name, kind of loud, and they don't hear you, it makes you feel really lonely. And the worst feeling is realizing that you don't measure up. And in the past, when you thought you did, you were a fool. The end of the dream is always the same. I catch up to him. I yell and scream about how he hurt and betrayed me, how I can never forgive him. And he just stands there, like someone caught in a storm who stopped caring about what he gets. And then I wake up. The storm of words still pounds through my body. Hatred can become like food. It gives you this energy. You can live off of it.
Saturday alone, and I can't stop thinking I should be out there having fun. Other kids are probably at some party drinking. Me, I'm a party of one. But I think the popular kids are losers. I look like crap in tight jeans. I think it's it's cool to be different, though different means Saturday alone with the same old daydream, going out with some friends. There's only one person I'd like to be with, and he isn't thinking of me. Calvin, look at me, look at me. Look and see a girl who is your friend. Now squeeze those words together so we can spend a Saturday alone. I mean, alone together. That I'd get used to pretty quick. Hello? Yeah, you can come over. Yeah, okay, I'll see you in a few. Oh my god! One little call and my prospects look up. What else could that be about? Maybe a hang-up can turn to hook-up. Only one way to find out. Maybe I'm pretending, but something in his tone said that I'm not spending this Saturday alone.
Berlin. When I told my parents I was leaving New York and moving to Berlin, they reacted pretty much like I thought they would. So why did I tell them? Because I always tell them everything I do, because I'm basically bourgeoisie. Take sleep, for instance. Sleep is essentially a bourgeoisie convention, right? I mean, no one who's looking open-eyed at all the awfulness there is everywhere would want to, or in fact, be able to sleep. Any decent person should be too busy being hysterical to sleep. And when I was struck by the full realization of this, of what sleep really is, which happened at about 3:27 a.m. election night 1980, I decided to break the chains of my middle-class epistemological upbringing, break the chains of reason and common sense, and not sleep anymore. But because I'm not a true hysteric, but rather a hysterical rationalist, which isn't the same thing, it's a sort of self-canceling term, I figured my insomnia jag, going on its 10th year now, thank you very much, would need a pharmaceutical boost to supplement the adrenaline rush I couldn't come by honestly through true hysterical terror. So I figured, I live in the East Village. Speed, right? But I took no-dos instead. Why? Because speed is drugs and it would upset my mother. Basically bourgeoisie. I read too much for one thing. I mean, any person who has attained a truly appropriate level of panic in the face of, for instance, the 900th re-election of Jesse Helms. These true hysterics probably don't read very much, I imagine, because, well, they can't sit still for that long. I read. This suitcase? No clothes. Books. I'm not a camera. I would like to be a camera, or maybe something more participatory than a camera even. But instead I am the living zombie graduate student of the living dead. Except that I am nowhere matriculated. At large. In Berlin.
Penthouse apartment, a view of the park. Oh, life is a lark. Oh, for Ginger DeMarco, the living is easy now. The Ginger's on top. Oh, she gets to give orders like she's a Gestapo. Hey, look at me. Oh, a kid from Toledo, living the high life. I wish it were my life. Being persistent, I became her assistant. I soak up her glamour, and sometimes I am her. I put on her undies, her perfume and jewels. I slip into her nightgown and slap on her mules. I guzzle her liquor, I eat all her food. I cuddle her Tonys when I'm in the nude. I sprawl on her bed, I read all her mail. I walk the dog, I shovel snow. I'm a glorified maid, but I'm having the time of her life and getting paid. I want a penthouse apartment. A view of the park. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I always smoke pot with you. All of you. My pot. All the time, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth. So why shouldn't I make a little fucking money off of you? God, you fucking guys like gripe at me all the time, and I'm providing you schmucks with such a crucial service. Plus, I'm developing valuable entrepreneurial skills for my future. Plus, I'm providing you with precious memories of your youth for when you're fucking old. I'm like the basis of half your personality, man. All you do is imitate me. I turned you on to the Honeymooners, Frank Zappa, Ernst Lubitsch, boxer shorts, sushi. I'm like a one-man youth culture for you pathetic assholes. Look, you're gonna remember your youth as like a gray, stoned haze, punctuated by like a series of beatings from your dad and like my jokes. God damn! Do you know how much pot I've thrown out the window in the middle of the night while you're scrounging the streets like junkies, looking for half a joint so you can go to sleep? Because you scraped all the resin out of your pipes. And you bitch about the fact that along the way I turn a little profit? You should thank God you ever fucking met me, you little fucking hero-worshipping little pussy bitch.
Oh, what a bevy of beauties! Oh, what a school of fish! Oh, what a covey of cuties! Oh, what a dish delish! They couldn't compare to you. No, they couldn't compare to you. Although I played many, many a maid, they couldn't compare to you. Of ladies fair, I've loved more than my share. Yet strange, but true, I hereby declare from tiptoe to hair, they could not compare to you. After playing the local sirens, who resided in my environs, I decided to learn the art of Cupid's trickery. Doink. So at once I started cruising, found the muses so amusing, that I even got a kick at a terpsichore. After her I met Calypso, who was definitely a dipso, so I fled to fat Brunhilde, she was German. After stitching Eve from Adam, I attended Call Me Madam, and shortly began to nestle Ethel Merman. With betwixt Nell Gwyn and Anne Boleyn, I was forced to make my choice. I became so confused, I was even amused and abused by Peggy Joyce. There was Melanson, that platinum blonde, oh, I loved to ruffle her locks. There was Bright Aurora and Pandora, who let me open her. They couldn't compare to you. No, they couldn't compare to you. Although I played many, many a maid, they couldn't compare to you. I've thoroughly pitched the woo, from the heights of Valhalla to Kalamazoo. And though they all had a lot on the ball, I hereby declare from tiptoe to hair, from head-cap to square, from dressed up to bare, they could not compare to you.
Not all kisses are magical, and most boys don't live up to your expectations, but there are those times when everything, I mean, love, romance, relationships, It all falls together perfectly, and it's incredible. You know, I used to spend every day thinking about you and dreaming about you, and every time you walked by, I lost myself. Do you have any idea what that feels like? And you couldn't possibly know what that feels like to have that person not have the same feelings back. Look, I'm sorry if you miss the way I looked at you, but I don't miss the way you never looked at me. You want to know what the truth is? I still love you. And I probably will love you for a very long time, but I can't just be your buddy. Because as much as I enjoy the concept of being just friends, it is like this bizarre form of torture that I am just not willing to participate in. So right now, what I want to do is just move on and get over you. And the only way for me to do that is to not be around you anymore.
My mother left because she followed her psychic to Oakland. I am serious. When I was just a kid, she had this woman who saw all the lives that my mother was channeling. This woman said, "Follow me." She did. Now she's living other lives, making her restless out on some wild frontier. All of these other lives, just not here. In this life, she is not some psychic traveler. She's the mother she's pretending not to be. In this life, she isn't forced to go off wandering, but she's not interested in this life here with me. I told my mother I got into school in Chicago. She told me actresses sparkle and shimmer and have to be beautiful. Then I'm almost beautiful, but not quite. She's got these other lives. She's having adventures, taking her God knows where. All of these other lives. But what about this one? I am in this one. I wish I didn't care.
I want to go away. I'll register under a made-up name at a little hotel on the coast. I'll sit in a chair while an old lady makes the bed. My arms will hang over the sides, and her voice will be peaceful. The room will be shadowy, cool, and filled with the murmur of rain. Anxiety will pass over. Then I will realize, I will know sort of dimly that I have been staying on here at this little hotel without any social connections, responsibilities, or anxieties, or disturbances of any kind for just about 50 years. Half a century, practically a lifetime. I won't even remember the names of the people I knew before I came here, know how it feels to be someone waiting for someone that may not come. Then I will know, looking in the mirror, that the time has come once more for me to walk out alone on the esplanade with the strong wind beating on me, the white, clean wind
that blows from the edge of the world, from even further than that, from the cool outer edges of space, from even beyond whatever is beyond the edges of space. I'll go out on the esplanade. I'll walk alone and be blown thinner and 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 thinner. Finally, I won't have any body at all. The wind picks me up in its cool white arms forever and takes me away.
Now it appears, after clouded mornings of obscurity, it brought me here to prepare a palette for infinity. When the sunlight fades away, the fragments of the day glitter like smoke through a kaleidoscope. The sight of the starry night makes me whole. God, let my brushstrokes become interwoven. Keep me alive, clarified and unbroken. Let me ascend into steady emotion. Give me the strength against all my erosion. Are these the colors of my legacy? When what's hanging on the wall is the only thing that's left of me? Do the answers wait for us afar until death takes us up to a star? What happens when we die? The answer's in the sky, but the sight of the starry night, the sight of the starry night makes me free. It makes me free.
So you're saying I shouldn't actually have sex, but say I had sex with a girl? Oh, we can help each other out! Do you want to maintain this floozy facade? And I don't want to get my face pummeled in every day. Okay, it's a win-win. Win. All it would take is one good imaginary bonk, and you would be saving the bone structure in my face. Think of how happy my parents would be. Okay, it doesn't need to be a bonk. It can be an imaginary nutter, or a lemon squeeze, or a cowbell. Dealer's choice. I'll pay you. Okay, I can pay you whatever you want. I insist. I can make it work. I promise. Olive, you don't understand how hard it is for me. I am tormented. Every day at that high school is like I'm being suffocated. And we can fantasize all we want about how one day it'll be different. But this is today, and it sucks. So please help me. Okay, there's one way out, and you are smart enough to think of it. So please help me. I can't take another day of this. I don't know what the fuck I'll do.
When I was just a kid, everything I did was to be like him. My father always thought if I was strong and fought, not like some albatross, I begin to fit in. The endless torrent of expectations swirling inside my mind wore me down. I came to a realization, and I finally turned around to see that I could just be me. I'm not my father's son. I'm not the image of what he dreamed of. With the strength of Sparta and the patience of Job, still couldn't be the one to echo what he'd done and mirror what was not in me.
It was something he said, his words built a wall inside my head. Just one little thing, didn't mean that much to him, but it keeps building and building and building this wall in my head. This wall in my head. Just one tiny thought, it started out so small. The thought made a brick, the bricks made a wall, and the wall keeps me down, and the wall trips me up, and it keeps building and building and building and building, and don't fall. I'm finding my feet, their shoes to be filled, but this wall is harder to beat when it's one you helped build. Over the wall, I see my future standing tall. Over the wall, I can believe I'll have it all. So I'll keep climbing and climbing and climbing this wall in my head, head, head. Hand over hand over hand over brick, over hand over brick, over hand over brick, over. Climbing, climbing, climbing this wall in my head. This wall in my head. This wall in my head. This wall in my head.